Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome to Untangled. I think we're on episode 116. So happy to be here with all of you. What a gift to be alive. What a gift to be on this planet at this time. What a gift all around. What a gift to go up and down, in and out, upside down. Wow. How is everyone? Peria River Ranch, hello. Isabel, hello. Brittany, hello. Bertine, it's good to see you. Nancy, always nice. Katie, hello, my friend. Jojo, hello. Present. Hi. Melissa, it's good to see you from Minnesota. It must be very cold in Minnesota. Hi, Germany. Hi, Germany. El Salvador, good to see you. Hi, Paige. Super excited to be here with all you beautiful peeps. Hi, Dewey. It's good to see you. Christy, Minnesota as well. Hello. Hi, Francesca. Hi, Jonathan. Wait, are you Jonathan from when I was younger, Jonathan? I don't know if you're the Jonathan from when I was growing up in Hermosa Beach. Holy shit, that's so crazy. No way, that's wild. Whoa. Hello, my friend. How are you? What a small world. Oh my goodness gracious. Really good to see you. Hi, Idaho. Hi, Canada. Are you in Canada, Jonathan? Where are you? All right, you guys, I have a lot to talk about tonight. I'm in Kenya. I've been in Kenya for a month. Kenya always shares so much information and so much knowledge with me. Hi, Pua. Pua, you know Jonathan. Jonathan, you know Pua and Nani. You remember them, I'm sure. Southern France. Okay, I don't know why I thought Canada, Southern France. Okay. Where do I start? So I was sitting here. It's really interesting. I want to share a little story. So first of all, welcome to Untangled. Thank you for being here. The whole purpose of Untangled is just talk about the evolution in human consciousness and to really make it very normal and human and making all the uncomfortable stuff that we don't like to talk about, making it comfortable, really normalizing this human experience instead of trying to reach some sort of enlightened, advanced state of being where all is well and you're just sitting in like, nothing bothers me. It's like, what planet are you freaking on? Nothing bothers you? Like, what? Like, that must be really tiring to try to get yourself in a state of being every day, all day, where you're just like super, just like, oh, all is well in my world. Nothing bothers me. I am love. I am light. Like, good for you. But like, like, that's a lot of effort. It's so crazy because one of the things that I really wanted to talk about today was, and I'm always being pummeled into this. I'm always being shown this. I'm literally like, okay, I guess I'm just authentically showing up in all of my rare nakedness, bearing all. Um, but I just don't seem to be the one that is in these like enlightened states. Like, it's just not me. I go high and then I go low. I feel like I'm on a roller coaster ride where it's like nothing's the same. The only thing that's constant is change. I have no control over my emotions or my thoughts or my behaviors, meaning that whatever arises is what arises. And by the way, I don't want to be in control of it. Anytime you have to put a lot of effort into creating a certain reality. Thank you, Gudrun, for the super chat. Anytime you have to put a lot of effort into creating the reality that you want, I just want you to pay attention to something. You're going against the flow. You're going against your natural state. So the hardest thing we are going to come up against in the next 5 to 10 years is learning how to be in a flow state, which is the only state that energy resides in. The only state that energy resides in is flow, which means movement. Mary Jo, thank you. It's movement. And when you are conscious of how energy works, whether you're in a human experience or in a soul experience outside of human or somewhere else in this stratosphere of the quantum field, your energy, which means that you're constantly in a movement of other energies in a quantum field where anything and everything is possible to experience. So think about this for a moment. It doesn't matter what level of awareness you have. Your energy, okay? You can say I'm a soul, I'm spirit, I'm an aspect of God, I'm whatever you want to say, but if you peel back the human body and your awareness is left, it's energy, it's light, it's consciousness. So that means that you are experiencing yourself as energy in the illusion of physicality because it's so dense, moving around in a quantum field that is all energetic, giving you experiences that are only energetic because everything is simply energy. Okay, so because we live in such a dense physical reality, the experiences that we have energetically are extremely intense. Okay, so we have greed and control and manipulation. We have lies, deceit. We have joy, love, pain, heart opening, expansion, heartbreak. We get all of it. And all of it is super intense because of how dense this physical world is. Okay, now when you are on a path of awakening or a path of health or a path of success or whatever path you're on, we live in a world on a planet that controls it. So I'm in control. I'm choosing these things. I get myself to certain places, right? We build, we create, we tear down, we build again. That's what's so beautiful about being in the human experience. You get to create, you get to build, you get to destroy, you get to choose, and all your choices create your reality. Okay. However, if you are not starting to bring together the awareness that you are also simultaneously energy, every moment you're an energetic blob in an energetic quantum field. Okay. Which means everything gets to arise as you're this energetic blob moving around in the river. Anything gets to arise. And the more that you start to realize that you're not at all in any way, shape, or form in control of what's arising, when you start realizing that your energy doesn't control anything, it doesn't control anything. Your natural state is energetic. It doesn't control anything. There should be constant change in your life every day, all day. The only thing that should be constant is change, which means change in your behavior, change in your thoughts, change in your emotions, change in what you like, change in what you don't like, change in feeling inspired, change in not feeling inspired, change in I'm burnt out now. Now I have all this change. The more that we can adapt to and embrace constant change every minute of the day, the more you are going to find yourself in peace. The more you're going to find yourself in calm. The more you're going to find yourself in expansion, allowing. The more you're going to find yourself in a higher frequency. Resistance, tightness, fixing, trying to get yourself to a specific state of being, it's tight. And when you're tight, when you're restrictive, okay, you're restricting energy. You're holding it. It can't flow. It can't move. It can't vibrate into the frequency that it wants to vibrate into because you're in that controlled state. Thank you, Christina, for that super chat. So the more that you can be aware right now, because all of us, so somebody messaged me today, actually tonight, which is what brought me to this talk about the flow state more and more. Someone and I was super irritable today. So irritable. I was like, what is going on? Like, I I was so irritable. Irritability is a really uncomfortable emotion to feel. Thank you, Torsten, for that super chat. Um, anyway, this person messaged me. They sent me a message on Instagram and they said something to the effect of, um, gosh, you've changed so much in the last like 4 or 5 years. It's incredible to watch, right? And I noticed this a lot in the human experience. How resistant you can be to change when you've created a business around specific things that you offer, right? Or if you have created a life that you really like and it's a beautiful life. And so we try to maintain a specific way of being. Um, we serve the same things, we offer the same things, we talk about the same things, right? And because we're trying to keep the status quo of our life. The problem is that as the planet continues to evolve and shift in frequency, nothing can stay the same. And humanity is resisting this shift, a lot of us, because it's uncomfortable. Change is really uncomfortable. Change, we're not in control of it. And so it becomes very difficult to allow for change. That's why these really big, catastrophic, cataclysmic events have to happen on the planet, unfortunately, because they catapult humanity into a change, a different direction than they weren't initially in, and they wouldn't have chosen it. We don't like change. We like consistency because it feels comfortable. I'm a creature of habit. I go to the same places. I like the same things. I have the same routine. It makes us feel comfortable. But unfortunately, in the flow state, the natural state of this planet and the quantum field is constant change. And the more that the planet increases in frequency, so it's all around you, there's an increase in frequency. The collective, the human collective's field is increasing in frequency. And when that happens, you will be pummeled into more of a flow state, which is being out of control. How is this going to feel in your life? Uncomfortable. I didn't quite plan that. Now what am I going to do? You've noticed this the last 4 years of your life probably, or more, right? You're being rattled into a different direction. You're being rattled out of things that don't resonate anymore. And it's not comfortable, but you do it because it's what's next, because you're being pushed into it, because your intuition won't let you be in the way that you have been in the past. And if you're authentic, if you're raw, if you're vulnerable, if you allow yourself to split open, if you allow yourself to break open, if you allow this to happen, you'll start finding yourself experiencing and receiving more gifts from life. Holy cow, I had no idea this is what was going to happen. Wow, I had no idea that this was what was next. Oh my God, I could have never predicted that this was going to happen. Right? The flow state gifts you with these most miraculous experiences in life more and more. And you start to say, your mouth drops. You're in awe. But it takes courage to trust what's arising. So what's arising for a lot of us is the uncomfortable things that need to be seen in order for us to say, this is allowed. This is allowed. I don't have to change this. I don't have to fix this. I don't need to change my thoughts. I don't need to control my thoughts. I just need to look at the thoughts that are arising. Awareness, which is awakening. The awakening journey on this planet is awareness. Awareness, awakening, awakening, awareness. What's awareness? You're shining the light on the now. That's awareness. And what happens when you shine the light on everything that's arising in every moment? Chaos. Wait a second. I thought I had everything under control. What are all these emotions doing now? I can't seem to keep in control of these emotions. You're not supposed to. Holy cow, wait a second. I am feeling like my mind is going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs in a way that it never has before. How do I control this? How do I change this? How do I fix this? How do I get out of this? Does this sound familiar? Awareness is shining a light on every now moment right now, and it's extremely uncomfortable because it is pummeling you into the natural state that you're designed to be in as an energetic expression in physicality, which is allowing it flow. Holy shit. Wait a second. Whoa, 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 whoa. Wait. The more that you can start recognizing the next level of awareness that's being shown to you, which is okay, now this is being shown to me. Now this is being shown to me. Then this is being shown to me. And you're just moving through it with the light being shown. What if there was nothing that you needed to do other than make the next right action in your life that you are intuitively feeling called to do? We the amount of change that we're going to see happen in our lives is exponentially increasing every month and every year. That's why a lot of us will say, "My God, I feel like I just went through a whole year in 1 month." The reason you may feel like that is because of the constant change. You've gone through so many things because you're now aware of, allowing, experiencing what's arising in the now. 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, the frequency on the planet was much lower. So our awareness on the now wasn't as bright. We were more it was softer, subtler. I liken this, the analogy I like to use is a painting on a wall, okay? So the painting on the wall 10, 15 years ago, we just saw a couple of colors. Okay. And you can imagine the colors that created the painting as your thoughts and your emotions and your behaviors, everything that's happening on the planet, whatever, all the things that you're noticing now more and more. I'm more stagnant. I'm more depressed, or I'm more unmotivated. I'm more confused. I'm more excited. I'm more in love. I'm more joyful. I'm more in peace. I'm more calm, whatever it is. Right. 10 years ago, 15 years ago, even 5 years ago, you saw a couple colors. You saw a couple behaviors, emotions, thoughts. Maybe a trauma arose. You dealt with the trauma, right? It was a lot slower. It was much more easy to navigate. And as the frequency on the planet continues to increase, which you're not in charge of, it's just naturally happening from the sun, right? As the frequency on the planet increases, there is a light. There's more light, literally light shining down, awakening us to what's actually on the painting. So now we're like, oh my God, wait a second. There's like 17 different colors. Hold on a second. Wait. Wait, I now have to like readjust and like focus and figure out. And it's a lot. And like, hold on a second. I need to like ground down and figure this out and look at this. And oh my God, there's all these emotions. And now there's these behaviors. And all this needs to be looked at. And oh my God, all these things are doing hold on. It gets really chaotic, right? It gets really chaotic, and this chaos, this like, oh, it's so loud. It's requiring us to slow down enough. Okay, I got to slow down. I got to get still so I can be present in what is right here, right now, so that I can calmly focus and see this painting. Oh, got it. And what's happening on the planet right now is we're not used to this sort of speed, this sort of loudness. It's getting louder, it's getting more chaotic. It's like, oh my God, right? We're not used to it. So it's pulling us. It's pulling us. It's pulling us from this natural state of evolution that we're trying to be pummeled into, thrown into. That's why I say every moment of your life is a gift. And the unfortunate thing is that we look at things as this shouldn't be happening or this should be happening. And yet everything is gifting you the opportunity to literally come back to your most aligned state. And you could argue, I just heard someone say, yeah, but I'm sick and tired of dot, dot, dot. That's because you're still judging it. It gets to be here, but I don't like it. That's okay. It gets to be here. So does this. The painting gets to be there. All the smudges, all the marks, all the mistakes, everything that's happening in your life is literally calling you back to a more natural state of being, no matter how uncomfortable, no matter how much you don't like it, no matter how much you change it and fix it and get out of it, because that's what we do. That's great. Every moment of every second of your life is a constant redirect back into your most natural state. And I can tell you this with certainty, that it's going to feel like you are not in control. It's going to start feeling like the more you try to control things, the more unnatural it is. Now, this is a small majority of humanity that's going to start feeling this first, but it's going to start feeling unnatural to control things. Why? Because your vibration within your body is increasing. The vibration on the planet is increasing. And no matter how much you try to keep staying in an old state of control, it's just going to be impossible. And you're going to get to this place where you're like, all right, I'm done fighting. I'm done trying to stay in control. This other metaphor or analogy I had, which I absolutely loved, was this one. And this is where authenticity comes in, okay? Authenticity, it's everything. Authenticity is everything. Authenticity is being in the flow state in all of the ways that you react and respond. You're just authentically expressing what's next and what's next and what's next. And if you're truly authentic, you're really authentic. You're not trying to be a certain way. You're not trying to be spiritual. You're not trying to be healthy. You're not trying to be put together. You're not trying to be the best person out there. You're not trying to be the smart. You're not trying to be anything. You're just authentically being your most unique light, your unique soul, your unique God essence. Right? It's going to be messy. How could it freaking not be messy? Anyone that's put together, like way too put together, I'm like, it's a lot of effort. The next 15 years of our evolution is going to be messy. And we're going to eventually say, you know what? The messy is the cool now, right? The more messy we are, the more authentic, the higher your vibration, the more real, the more in flow you are. That's like saying to somebody, I forgot my analogy, I'll go back to it, but by the way, we're all in a flow state. We just are, most of us are still trying to control the flow state. So we're all in the river, all 7 billion of us. All of us are in the river. And the river doesn't stay the same. Have you ever seen a river that's the same, that's just doesn't change? It looks the same throughout the full 400 miles that river may be, or 700 miles of that river, or 30 miles of that river. Is it the same? It's impossible. The river doesn't stay the same. So what that means is that if you're in the river and you're expecting to stay in a specific controlled state throughout the entire time that you're traveling through that river, you're going to be tight, suffering, restrictive, holding your breath, fighting against, trying to predict, right? Because you want to be able to know, right? You want to be able to feel like you're good. The problem is that there's no possible way you will ever be able to predict what's coming. You won't be able to predict what's going to happen in an hour. You can't predict what you're going to think, what you're going to feel, what you're going to do. You can't do any of that. And the more that we can relax into that, the more we will allow ourselves to have all of the highs and all of the lows. If there is a class 6 rapid, which is insane, coming up, right? And you're starting to learn how to live in the flow state, you're going to be like, oh, dear God, dear God, dear. You're going to be authentic. Oh my God. Oh my God. Am I going to get through this? What am I going to do? How comfortable am I going to be? Am I going to hurt myself? Am I going to die? Am I going to make it out? Am I going to have bruises? What's going to happen? Right? You're authentically expressing what it feels like to approach a rapid. Then, when you're in the rapid, you are authentically saying, OMG, what is this? I'm feeling all kinds of stuff. How are you doing? And you've got the people in the rapids that's like, I'm good. No, I'm so good. I am so good. I am all good. I am solid. And meanwhile, they are dying. They are having a worse time than you are. By the way, they're in the same rapids as you. They're in the same rapids. We're all in the same planetary shifts. All of us. Some of us are going down rapids right now. Some of us are going off waterfalls. Some of us are in that chill space in the river where it's like, oh, I love this. It's so calm, so peaceful. Some of us are in between those little rapids that kind of go, right? Some of us are getting stuck in those little rapids because there's not enough water, so they have to push. But we're all in this river, and we all are going through different phases of this river at different times. And authenticity is just allowing ourselves to express this natural state of going through this river called evolution in human consciousness. And the more that we try to, hold it all together, present ourselves in a certain way, I don't know. I know that there are a bazillion roles out there, and you have to be professional, and you have to keep yourself together, and you have to present a certain way. And I know there's these roles, and you can't like just express whenever you want. But there is always there is always an opportunity to be authentic in every moment. Even if you're a professional at a bank or a teacher, or you work in the government, or whatever you do, there's always a moment in every moment to be in your most authentic, your truest, not putting up a front, not it's literally the I feel like the most gold moments in the human experience going forward is going to be authenticity. And more of us are going to want to be around people that are just simply authentic. Really just, and you're going to feel it. You're going to feel the authenticity. And the reason you feel called to people that are just really authentic, not scripted, not trying to present a certain way, but just like, authenticity, is because that's your natural state. And so you're called to it. And so discernment is huge in the next 10 to 15 years, because you want to start to discern between the old programmed wolf in sheep's clothing type of thing. I'm here to save you. I've got all the answers. I'm doing this for you, or, all these ways like listen to me kind of stuff. You're going to start feeling like, oof, oof. No, no. Where's the mess? Where's the truth? You know, that's why when everybody is in a specific cataclysmic event, right? When everyone experiences the same horrific moment together, whether it's a city or a town or whatever, there is this authenticity that's experienced together. It's one of the rare moments where everyone just they throw down their guards, and they just present themselves in their most authentic place because they're in a sort of state of survival, right? And so when we're all finding ourselves about to go over the cliff together on the river, we become completely authentic. Well, a lot of us, right? So when you are being asked to be authentic, let go of control, allow for what is, let the uncomfortable show you, you're becoming more of your true self. You're becoming more free, more abundant, more open, more loving, more service oriented, more peaceful. I don't know if I already said that, more calm. But you still allow for all the other things to arise. We also want to pay attention to what, you know, this idea that we have to get somewhere. There's nothing, what's so beautiful about the human experience is there's all these things that we get to have, right? We get relationships, we get money, we get jobs, we get houses, we get cars, we get travel, we get clothes, we get food, we get water. If you're lucky to live in a country where you are able to access all of that, right? We get all these things, these flesh, tangible things. And we get caught in it. We think it's what makes us happy, what brings us peace and joy and calm. And, it's what we think that these are the things that are going to give us what it is that we're actually craving. It's our natural state. And what's going to start happening to us more and more is that we're going to be thrown into um, experiences where we will realize that those things don't matter. That's not what brings us the peace. That's not what brings us the calm. A lot of you are experiencing this, where you're like, wow, what matters most to me is not the success, not the success, not the money, not the fame, not the recognition, whatever it is. It's just being in peace. And the world is so convoluted and loud right now, there's these energies that are moving around that have been controlling humanity for so long. There's this infiltration happening. There's this spiritual battle, spiritual warfare that we're in that's energetic. You can't see it. And it's taking over our minds and our consciousness. It's making us continue to look out and believe these things in the external world. I mean, there's nothing that gets more views on YouTube or Instagram or TikTok or Facebook than sensationalized stories. Why? Why is that what piques our interest the most? We want to ask ourselves that question, because it is a infiltrated energy that pulls you out of calm. It pulls you out of your center. It pulls you out of the now. It pulls you out of flow. How do I know this? Because I watch it happen to myself every day. So pay attention. All you have to do, thank you, Samantha, for that super chat. All you have to do is watch your own self in these moments. Be authentic and vulnerable and humble enough to watch yourself get pulled over and over. Feel what it feels like. It's an addiction. It's like a carrot dangling. You've got to watch this. This is what's coming next. This is what's happening next, right? You got to be compassionate enough with yourself. Thank you, Goodwin, for another super chat. You got to be compassionate with yourself enough to at least acknowledge it, recognize it, and yeah, it's a real interesting place that we're finding ourselves in more and more. You're not, I guarantee you, if you're watching this, you're not you're one of the you're a small percentage of humanity right now that is peeling themselves away from a lot of the distractions in the world. Um, it's so interesting. I was sitting here before I went on with you guys, and I called in Jesus, and I asked Jesus to come in, and I felt his presence in the room. And I've really been struggling, you guys, with not struggling in a suffering state, but just really battling with the direction that I'm being guided to in terms of my awareness and my experience and what I want, where I kind of want to go. So, um, what I mean by that is, thank you, Charlie, for that super chat. You know, for many, many years, and I've talked about this the last couple of last couple of Untangled, just because it's really prominent. And again, we've been talking about the flow state and change, and how we will resist it, um, and doubt it, and question it, and fight against it for quite some time. And I find myself in this conundrum right now where Jesus keeps calling me to him, and I keep calling myself to him and inviting him in. And I keep building this stronger and stronger relationship with him. And I find myself no longer, and I find Jesus reminding me or telling me no longer to connect with these galactic energies. Um, And even today, I was like, "Well, man, that's how I started." And I can connect to all of these incredible galactic energies and these intelligent beings that are all over the planet right now, helping us. And um, I'm like, "No," I did this tonight. I was like, well, I'm gonna try this out," because Jesus is like, "No." He's like, "Just come to me." And I'm like, "All right, I hear you, I get it, but I'm gonna call in some galactics." And literally, I'm not even kidding you guys. So I invited Jesus into the space. I was like, "Come on in and use me as your vessel. And how can I best serve who's going to listen to this video? How can I best serve them?" And he's talking to me. He actually said, "Bring people back to the Christ within them." That's what he said. It's the first thing he said. Bring people back to the Christ within them. You know, this Christed consciousness, this light within you that is this God essence. And then I was like, okay, this is all great, but I would really love to just like connect to the galactics and like, what do they want to tell me? What do they want to say? Right. And so Jesus's energies filled up in the room, and he has this like protective field, right? So it's like he's I don't know how to explain it, but when he comes in, he has this protective kind of field. And I was like, "All right, galactics, come in." And kid you not, Jesus was like, "Absolutely not." And he pushed them back. He I see energetically. I can see a lot of different stuff. I see energies very easily. And he pushed all not that they because the galactic energy was bad. That's not it. He just said it's not safe. He just pushed that. He's like, "It's not safe. It's not safe. It's not safe." Now, if you know me, if you have been with me, if you've read my book that is channeled by the Galactic Federation of Light, this is a shocking moment. I'm like, "Wait, stop. What do you mean? Like, this is my life. This is what I've done for so long." And it was like, "No, just come straight to me." And I'm like, "Oof, I am literally, you guys, I am this is a this is a difficult one for me." I I'm not gonna lie. I am I'm battling or struggling with how to navigate what's coming in and what wants to be shared and what wants to be spoken and what wants to serve. And what I love, which is the quantum field and all of the mechanics of energies and frequency and dimensions and all this yummy good stuff, right? Um, and how am I going to teach and balance all of it? And what do I do when I'm in this space with Jesus? And it's like, I didn't think he was going to push them all out. And it's not that I'm giving my power to Jesus, because I know a lot of people are going to be like, "Well, you're giving your power away to Jesus, and all you have to do is just command and demand." It's like, no, when you start having a relationship with Jesus, it's a very different game. It's a very different game. It's like you're in kindergarten, okay? And you've got somebody in high school that's like, "Yo, I know exactly what's happening here. I know how this works. I know how kindergarten works. I know how primary school works. I know how middle school works. I know how high school works. Why? Because I've gone through it. Not only did I go through it, but I aced it. Aced it. A plus plus plus. And you're like in kindergarten, like, no, I know more. I know better. I'm going to decide. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna listen to the senior that's like, "Yo, I've done this. I've aced it. If you watch me, if you listen to me, if you let me show you, you're gonna freaking nail the next 12 years of your education." But no, we have to be like, "Nope, I know more." But you haven't actually gone through this. No, 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 but I know more. I'm not gonna listen to you. You know, you're Yeshua, you're part of the whole religious thing that people can't stand. And you know, meanwhile, he's like, yo, I'm just a dude that lived on the planet that's now energetic, that's literally here to help you navigate the next 12 years of your evolution with ease and grace. And if you just listen and maybe follow along a little bit, I promise you, you're going to be like, holy shit. But you've got everybody in the new age community, sort of saying things like, don't hand your power away. You're just as powerful inside. But you don't understand what we're battling, my friends. We are battling energies that we can't see that are going to convince you that you're in charge. You're in charge, right? You're in control. You're the one. You can do it. I've got this. I can do this. I don't need anyone. I don't need to hand it over. I don't need to pray. I don't need to ask for help. These infiltrated energies that have controlled the planet for thousands of years are coming into your mind and in your consciousness. They're coming into my mind and my consciousness. I call them the enemy. It doesn't matter how you look at it. They're coming in, and they're coming in strong. Why? Because we're waking up out of this illusion, right? That we are what they're trying to tell us that we are. And the more that anything that is, anything that we have been told is bad or wrong, you really want to start looking at like, wait, hold on a second, right? Like, what if this is my freedom out of all of this? What if this idea that I'm the one in charge and I'm going to raise my frequency and I'm going to get myself to 5D and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that? What if that's all part of the plan? What if that's all part of the plan? What if the more distracted I become and the more that I am trying to figure out how to get places and how to do things and how to become a certain way, or I don't know, whatever it is, right? What if that's just part of the plan of these energies that have been controlling the planet? Yes, keep thinking that. Yes, keep thinking that. What if the more you turn to something like Yeshua, they can't control you? And what if that's the last thing they want us to do? And what if that's our ticket to freedom, meaning that it brings us to who we have always been? It breaks the cycle, it breaks the imprisonment, it breaks the mind. It breaks the mind, meaning it breaks the illusion that you have to stay in control of your mind. It breaks the illusion that you have to stay in control of anything. And I don't know about you, but I have been infiltrated and sabotaged. I have had a lot of really insane sabotage and infiltration the last 6 months since I got closer and closer to that incredible energy, light, human called Yeshua. Why is that? Why is that? There's something to it. Why is it that the moment I rebuke energies in his name, the energies go away? The moment I sit and pray and ask for clarity, clarity comes in Jesus' name. The moment I ask Jesus to rebuke energies or thoughts that are the enemy in my mind, they go away. Why is that? I've been around the block. I I know angels. I know ascended masters. I know galactic beings. I could call on the Galactic Federation. Boom. I could call on a Palladian. Boom. I could go and access. Why is it that they've never been able to assist me? And by the way, we need assistance because we don't understand yet exactly what we're in. We are still and it's very humbling to admit this, but we are still very much caught up in the infiltrated thoughts and energies that are controlling us. And it's a very humbling awareness to admit that. The more that you are, not you personally, but the more that we are in this egoic stance of like, no, I've got it. I know everything. I'm aware of everything. I'm no longer in the matrix. I've got it all under control. Like whatever that is, you want to be real cautious of that. Um, you want to be very, very cautious because the trickery of these energies are like nothing I've ever seen before. They are the most subtle, m- little swarmy. They will make you feel emotions that you're used to feeling, but they will intensify it. They will make you think thoughts that you're used to feeling, but intensify it. They will create massive doubt, massive fear, massive insecurity. They will make you feel lost, alone, confused. I'm going to hide. I'm not going to come out. I'm not going to speak to people. I'm not going to share. I'm not going to ask for help. Nope. These energies. So this is what's happening on one level. And then you've also got the natural evolution in human consciousness, which is also happening, right? The painting is coming alive. You're seeing more emotion. You're seeing more thought. You're seeing more behavior. You're trying to control it all. And you're being pummeled into the flow state, which is no longer being in control. Letting go of trying to be in control, letting yourself just authentically be. And the more that we allow, the more we hand things over and ask for help, the faster you're going to break free. You're going to start to see, oh my God. When I'm saying you, I don't really mean like you. I'm just saying you in general. You're going to start to really start seeing what you're in. You know, Jill, thank you for that super chat. I appreciate it. Um, Neither is correct and all is correct. Exactly. There is no way and there is a way. The conundrum of the human experience. There is a right and there isn't a right. Uh, Absolutely correct, Heather. Um, it can be a she. We don't have to get caught in the divide between she or he. You know, I don't think that that's what matters. I think what matters is understanding what we're in right now. We have leveled up on a battlefield of beautiful evolutionary shifts. Um, and we got to get more keen, more discerning, way more discerning, because nothing can be, you can't see it. You'll never see it. That's what's so humbling and so courageous about you being here right now is you won't be able to see what's kind of infiltrating you. You won't be able to see what's impacting your mind and your consciousness. You won't be able to see why you've been feeling certain ways or experiencing. You just won't be able to. And the more that we fight against it and try to get out of it, the more we're just going to catch ourselves in the loop of it, the more suffering. Um, we got to drop to our knees and say, okay, I'm done fighting this. I'm done trying to fight this. I can't see it. The only thing that has helped me and shown me is Jesus, Yeshua. Maybe that'll change, and I'll share when that changes. I will only be authentic. I will only share what I'm experiencing. I can't even fathom showing up and not sharing what's going on in my world, because I know that no matter what, I know I'm moving through an evolution in human consciousness. I know that I'm here on the planet to assist others in moving through a human evolution in consciousness, which means that your consciousness, you're playing the role of human and you're shifting. Peru, thank you for that super chat. And if I try to control how it's unraveling for me, shame on me. Shame on me. So, this is just what's arising. I literally bring this with me everywhere I go, and I have it staring at me, literally sitting on my nightstand in my hotel rooms or in my Airbnbs. It's in my bag. It goes everywhere with me. Not because I am disempowered, quite the opposite. Because I can stand in anything, and I know that nothing's going to get me. And right now, it's a real interesting energetic battle. So one last thing, or a couple more things, is there's nothing wrong with speaking about the spiritual warfare and the spiritual battle. There's nothing wrong with speaking about the infiltration and the enemies that come in, and the demonic stuff and all that. There's a lot of people that will never experience it. There's a lot of people that will. And being able to peel back and understand what's happening to you, and tools to navigate it, I think that's what's most important. And if it works for you, great. If it doesn't work for you, great. Turn the lights on more. Get more and more discerning. There's some wild things that I wish I could tell you guys that I can't, because it's not my story to tell. But man, oh man, it would blow your mind. Blow your mind what people are doing. This morning, actually last night, I was really disheartened. I was feeling very disheartened with humanity. I just got into a place. Sometimes I find myself in these places where I'm just like, man, there are a lot of wolf in sheep's clothing out there that people don't see. And I battle with it. Do I out them or not? I do. I battle with it. And I have to come to terms with, it's not my job. It's not my role, but I have to see it. I don't talk about this very often, but it's very difficult. It's very, very difficult to see it and to know that it's not necessarily my role to shine the light on it. It's something that I've battled with for a couple of years now. And sometimes I get to this place when I'm alone by myself in a hotel room where I feel really disheartened, and it's hard for me to, it's just a lot. It's a lot to see what's happening on the planet. It's a lot to know how much bullshit is out there, and how deceptive the people are, and how corrupt, and how it can get very, I don't know, difficult. And So I always bring myself back to what a gift this human experience is, and that the truth always prevails. That God always brings to light that which is dark, and I have to trust that. And I have to trust that, and I have to, um, you know, drop into this place of forgive them for they know not what they do. Forgive them for they know not what they do. Forgive them for they know not what they do. Forgive them for they know not what they do. And say that over and over and over again to myself. Um, and then just keep showing up and trying to serve in the best way that I can and that you can. That's why authenticity is so huge right now. Just being you, being all of you in every way, in every color, in every feeling, in every behavior, all of it. Just be you. It helps other people to be them. It breaks us free. It breaks us free. Um, it's the most beautiful gift we can give ourselves and we can give other people. The river knows where it's taking us. Sure does. The river knows exactly what it's doing. Every moment of your day is exactly what's supposed to happen. Otherwise, it wouldn't be happening. There is this divine design in this human experience. And to think that something is out of place in your life because you don't like it or it shouldn't have happened. I even left my wallet in my backpack today at the restaurant, and I was going upstairs to grab a sweatshirt, and my wallet was there, my phone, everything was there, and I was like, shit, that might have been a stupid thing to do. And then I thought, well, if it's going to be taken, it's going to be taken, and that's exactly what needed to happen next, and I'll figure it out, and I'll have all my emotions around it. But this notion of sitting with more and more, and I have been doing this way more, it's like it's a constant, it's being thrown in my face all day, every day, is there is a perfection in every moment, whether I like it or not. Whatever is happening is exactly what needs to happen. What I'm in control of is how I respond to it. What I'm in control of is how I react to it. What I am in control of is the lens I use to see everything that's arising. That's the next level of awareness. So most of humanity is still in this state of controlling it all. I'm going to change this. I'm going to create this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Right? Thinking that your body's vibration is what's creating your reality. From a higher perspective, you're in an energetic movement. Your vibration is impacting how you react and respond. It's actually not impacting the river. And that's a whole other topic that we can have a conversation around, that a huge amount of people will fight against, right? Because there's this law of attraction. But what happens when you actually recognize that you're just an energy in a river of energy, and this river of energy is just moving with you and you're moving with it? And what's really happening in terms of creating your reality is the reaction or response to that flow state. That's what's creating your reality. What's arising and what's happening is just the quantum field. That's it. And the more you start understanding this, really from this quantum perspective, you're going to break free more and more. It's such a freeing place to be when you really start practicing. That's why I speak about it all the time, because it's a state of practice. It's a practice. Wait, everything is perfect. I'm in a river. I'm moving. Every moment of every day is new. Every moment is new. Every moment in the river is a brand new place in the river. That's life. And life arises. It arises in each moment. You're not in charge of what arises. Your vibration doesn't create what's next in the river. Your vibration creates how you react and respond to what's arising in the river. That's a much higher perspective. That's a much higher level of consciousness in terms of how you're seeing the human experience. How do I know that? Because you're in less of a state of control. And how do I know that's a higher state of awareness? Because you're energetic, and energy does not control anything. There is no control in energy. And so most of us are still living in a very controlled state, understanding how energy works and controlling energy. But the higher state of being is where you're no longer trying to control energy. And now you're living with what is every moment of every day. And you're recognizing that what you are in control of is how you react and respond. Anyways, that's that. Everything runs from Yeshua. All right. If you are on the fence with this whole Yeshua thing, okay, Jesus thing, if you're on the fence, I hear you. I get you. But if you're suffering, if you're struggling, if you're having really intense thoughts, if you are battling with not being able to make a decision, if you're just gripping, if you're done with being done, sit down, just humor me. Sit down, close your eyes. Just call him Yeshua, Jesus, Sananda, whatever word you want to call, he doesn't care. Call him in. And then if it's intense emotion that you're feeling, intense thoughts, if you're suffering, if you're struggling, if you're fighting against something, okay, ask Jesus to come in, ask Yeshua to come in and say, Yeshua, I'm rebuking this in the name of Jesus. I'm rebuking this in the name of Yeshua. I am rebuking these thoughts. I'm rebuking this person's energy. I'm rebuking this. Okay. Try that. See what happens. Second, if you are confused, if you are challenged, if you are stuck, sit, close your eyes, call Yeshua in, Sananda, Jesus, whatever word you want to use. Call this masterful, miraculous energy in. And then say, Yeshua, please show me clarity. Show me what I need to know about this. I'm praying that you bring clarity for me, with me, next to me. Bring me clarity in this situation. Show me what I need to see in this situation. Take away the confusion. Help me to see. Let's say that you are going to a doctor's appointment. You are about to have a really tough conversation with someone. You're in a massive amount of lack. You're about to lose your job. You're feeling a lot of anger that I don't know, you're going to go and break up with someone, whatever it is. Sit down. Close your eyes. Call them in. And invite them into the space with you as you go and do the what's next. Be with me while I go into this doctor's appointment. Sit with me while I have this conversation with this person. Just see what happens. Worst case scenario is you're like, Lori, nothing happened. You're full of shit. Great. Best thing that can happen is that you can realize, holy shit, there's something here. There's something to this. Try it out. Either way, it's just the human experience. Either way, you're still doing a miraculous, incredible, fabulous job being a soul in a human experience. You are miraculous. You are incredible. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being with me on Untangled, episode 116. I'll be back next Thursday, next Friday. I don't know. I'll be on safari. I'm finally going to go on safari for a couple of days. I've been in Kenya for a month and going through all kinds of stuff. And I'm going to go see the animals for a little bit. So, yeah, I'll be with you guys next week while I'm out with the animals. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you all for being here. Thank you. I love you guys, and I will see you next week. Mwah.